Another example of why you shouldn't take Hollywood serious when it comes to politics. Now, it's not a secret. Hollywood, or when it comes to Hollywood, art, I mean, it seems like it's not that it seems. This is just what it is. It's dominated, and it's almost exclusively leftist when it comes to politics, right? You get some outliers here and there that are part of these different art forms, different actors and actresses. But we all know it's not a secret that the more acceptable political philosophy, if you want to call it that, that the vast majority of the individuals within it, what's become culturally acceptable, what is culturally acceptable is mainstream leftism. This is what it is. So I got a lot of people asking me about this and what are my thoughts on this. And Ellen DeGeneres at a Cowboys game. Y'all know I'm a Cowboys fan. I was even surprised when I saw it pop up on TV. And she was sitting beside George W. Bush. And obviously that made people mad because clutch the pearls, she's sitting with somebody that she disagrees with politically. How dare she do that, right? Now, y'all already know where I'm at when it comes to presidents, certainly presidents like him. I'm not a fan of him, right? Mr. Libertarian in me, considering that he is a warmongering piece of something. But the interesting thing that came out of this was that obviously she had to go explain to it, because again, right, it's not acceptable for her to do that. So she has to get on her show and say, when I say be nice, I mean including people that you disagree with. And Mark Ruffalo had something to say about that, and y'all know, and this is the reason why I want to do this video, because y'all expect me to have some sort of commentary when it comes to comic books related stuff, and because this crosses over into the social and political stuff that I talk about as well. It's like, hey, it's perfect for me to chat about. But this fool here. So Vanity Fair posted something and said, for decades, Ellen DeGeneres has been the sunny representative for a brighter world we might all live in if we were kinder to one another. But that imagined utopia seems increasingly out of touch with reality. And he retweets and says, sorry, until George Bush is brought to justice for the crimes of the Iraq war, including American-led torture, Iraqi deaths and displacement, the deep scars, emotional and otherwise, inflicted on our military that served his folly, we can't begin to talk about kindness. Now, the interesting thing about that is that Mark Ruffalo did not hold Barack Obama to the same standard. Now, for those that don't know and understand this, Barack Obama bombed more countries than Bush. He continued the wars that Bush had, but he also initiated and got involved with some other conflicts. When you consider Libya, you consider Yemen, you can consider Syria, which we're talking about right now. And there was actually an instance, and let me pull this up real quick. There was actually an instance where he shows up like backstage at something. And he was like, hold on, this isn't it. And he was like, he calls Barack Obama, this is what he's saying. He says, but he was beautiful, is what he says about Barack Obama. They came backstage and were really kind to the cast and the crew. He's a big fan of Arthur Miller's. And yeah, it was a really sweet moment, right? So if I can maybe provide this article in the description box. But when you look at it, it has Barack Obama, his daughter, Mark Ruffalo sitting in the middle, DeVito and such. Is that him? I believe so. And this is, it's all good for him to be buddied up with Barack Obama, right? That's fine. Because again, that is socially acceptable. Never mind the facts of what I just gave you. The fact that he bombed more countries than Bush is not up for dispute. So you get a lot of people who are apologists for Barack Obama and his war crimes and his bombing hospitals, right? When you consider, Doctors Without Borders and such, how you gonna bomb? He gets a Nobel Peace Prize and bombs another Nobel Peace Prize like winner. Like, who does that? Well, Barack Obama does it, right? So he can do all that, right? And it's okay. But because he's a Democrat, Oh, because he is a mainstream leftist. He's suave. He's cool. It's okay for people to be buddied up with him. When again, he continued those same wars. Those same wars. And created new conflict. That was okay. Dropping all of these bombs. Never mind. We want to talk about deportation numbers, and this isn't including the ones that they redefine deportation. No. He deported more people than who you guys would consider used to back in the day considered racist. Under his presidency, Barack Obama, he deported more than like any other president. And again, not including the ones that were just turned away at the border. I'm talking about actual removals. But that's okay. That is okay. Why? Because he's suave and he's a Democrat. This is why I do not take these people serious, because they are completely inconsistent. They have these cultural approaches in terms they deem what is acceptable. It is never about consistency. It is never about what makes sense. You can contradict yourself the next day, and that's fine. This is why I don't understand why anybody would take these people seriously. Why would you take them serious? They're hypocrites. So I don't really even care about how you feel about Ellen DeGeneres being buddied up with Barack Obama, or not Barack Obama. I want you to buddy up with him as well. But George Bush, I don't even care about that. That's irrelevant. But we know that's not acceptable. That's a Republican. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. Now, never mind all of the war crimes that the Democrats commit. That's fine. That's fine. That is okay, because they are Democrats. It's socially acceptable among that clique, to support them. They bug dance for the Democrats. You're going to see as soon as the Democratic nominee is decided. Probably going to get guys like Mark Ruffalo, too. Chris Evans of the world. They were doing it last election cycle. They will be bug dancing for whatever, no matter who it is, they will be bug dancing for the Democratic nominee. That's what they always do. Why would you take these guys serious? Why would you do it? Why would you do that? Makes absolutely no sense. None. He's a hypocrite.